trying to get crazy with this shit. Don't you know I'm loco?
Even when I got a professional one, I didn't have the power to turn it on. I didn't have the power, like to plug
the power
it in.
supply.
I didn't have the needles. I didn't have the tubes. I didn't have none of that. I just got the machine. And my little primo was like, "Hey, dog, if you could turn on the homemade, you could turn that on. So turn it on." So I put a big pin on the front, threw a guitar string through it, wrapped it on the top, turned it on.
What's happening, everybody? We're finally back. It's time for that Lower Left podcast again.
It's been what, like 3 weeks? I think
it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Dog. I'm Bobby Ruiz, aka Bobby Tribal, right here with the homie Johnny B. Good.
What's up, everybody? It's good to be back. I walked in today and I was like, it looks different in here. Like it looks like I don't know what you did.
I just told him because we haven't been here so long. So
yeah.
We just been busy. Today's Black Friday. We got some homies in the building.
Why's it gotta be black?
I'm just gonna leave that one alone, dude. But yeah, it's time for that Lower Left podcast once again. 17th and Island, San Diego, California. We got some good homies in the building and in here at the podcast. So there's people that you hear about for years, and we run a lot of the same circles, and you hear people's names pop up and the shop names, and you hear about this dude and that dude, and this shop and that shop, and Cryptic Tattoo has always come up, and I used to see these dudes set up real nicely at Muse Inc. and real good reputation, solid dudes. And I didn't really get to know these dudes too well till like a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago. Yeah. Super, super cool dudes, and they kick it with these
buff guys.
No, buff guy.
We gotta get that correct.
Yeah, Lowe's from Servants is in here too, but I'm real happy that we finally got this dude in here to do the podcast. Carlos Macias from Cryptic Tattoo. What's happening,
that's
Carlos?
Me, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
How's the world doing?
I think we're doing okay. I mean, it's been a good day, right? It's been a fun day here at the shop in the building. We just got done slamming some burgers and beers, and
those are some good ass burgers.
Yep. Oh yeah, we got good people in the building cooking for us. But if you're from Southern California and you're involved in the tattoo scene or just around anybody doing anything, and you've heard of Cryptic Tattoo, and this is Carlos. So it's your shop, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's sick. How long have you had it?
About 10, 11 years now.
No shit. Yeah, you don't look that old, bro.
I'm glad. I'm hoping to look young.
How old were you when you started that?
I don't know. I got it in 2010, and I opened the building. Got the license 2010. I got the building 2009. Took me about a year to open up, and that's it. I don't know how old I was.
They would just leave it at
20
that.
something.
Yeah. Probably like 12.
Was it what you expected? 12? Was it what you expected?
Nah. It was hard, man. This shit was hard.
Yeah, I bet, right? You have this idea, with anything, like, you're going to go in, it's going to be successful, you're going to party, it's going to be all fun and games, and then it's like business.
I don't know, man. It's not something I ever expected to have a job out of, Tattooing has always been fun. Nothing for work, nothing for a job, and then to do it as a day-to-day basis and still pay the rent at the place you're going to do it at, it's different than just doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's probably you probably did get to encounter a lot of that fun and partying and good times. That kind of comes with the territory, right? So what's your background like? Like where'd you grow up and
Southern California? Southern California. I started tattooing at a real young age in my mom's kitchen, in the garage and shit, and just while she's watching TV,
Tattooing who?
Anybody and everybody. My neighbors, friends, people from school, people from other schools. Anybody that was around me at that time, at that age, got tatted. They probably got a fucked up tattoo, but
What was the first one? Do you remember?
My cousin, I did the Tupac cross on his arm. I made a machine one night. I saw my dad, didn't tat it, And I looked at this machine and I was like, man, I could do that shit. And I went home and I made that machine and I tatted a couple little letters here and there on a couple friends that were next to me at the moment. And I took it to fucking East LA to my cousin's house and I did a cross like 6-7 inches big, you know, Tupac and huge as hell. That's when I was like, oh, this is over, dude. And that's it, you know?
So from then you were hooked.
I was hooked.
It sounded like your dad was an inspiration.
Yeah, while we're at the house, and he called my older brother's homeboy over. I believe his name was like Monster or something. I don't know. But he used to be Saleh, I think, for 213, and then he chatted my dad. He did this whole thing. He put the stencil on with the deodorant. You know what I mean? Had his little ink cap with like a soda cap. Had his little homemade machine guitar string. Did his thing in the kitchen, and he chatted my dad. And I was watching. And I was like, man, I can make that machine. That's just a fucking motor, you know? Like, I don't know what the string is, what the needle is, but I'm pretty sure I could figure it out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I made a machine that night, you know? Went and did like 3 outs on my little homie. Did his little neighborhood on his fingers, you know? And I was, fuck that, I'm going to East LA. Told my dad to take me to my aunt's on his way to work. My dad worked in South Central. So the next day I went to East LA and I tatted my little cousin.
So were you always artistic? Like, did you always like have a passion to draw and to do like letters or characters or?
I loved to draw as a kid and drawing in school and shit. But I picked up that machine at 12 years old. So drawing for me wasn't the same no more. The minute that machine came involved, like a piece of paper didn't mean shit. Nothing meant nothing. Nothing was the same. Once I picked that machine up, it was like I should have. If I could go backwards now, I would love to draw. I would love to have been painted when I was real young. Got into oil or whatever. All the stuff that I'm trying now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that machine took everything. It conceived my whole life. It took everything. You know.
And you were 12 years old?
Yeah.
That's badass. So what about so then you must have been kind of not just any 12-year-old kid could build a tattoo machine even after they look at it, but that just inspired you to, like, you were that kid that could build shit, or?
Yeah, I'll break shit. I'll break everything and
put it back together.
Yeah, I try to.
And then you just started tattooing like homies and whoever would take it.
Whoever would take it, neighbors, friends, parents, friends.
Anybody. So what happened after that?
I probably took the wrong turn, you know, followed the wrong people, and like straight off path by drugs and whatnot, and then I ended up in the wrong places, and then and I was in a position where I had a couple friends tell me like, "Hey, dude, you should be tattooing. You shouldn't be right here in these places where we're at right now," you know. And I think I was spending some time in Riverside. We were living in Riverside, and I was over in Temecula. It's a nice place, nice facility, nice home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they were telling me they're my two homies, and he's a tattooer here in San Diego. Actually, he's in Escondido. Speedy,
mm-hmm.
Good dude, man. He was my Sally, and he's like, man, you should just go home and tat. Like, you shouldn't be here. So this, you know, I was drawing for kids, drawing for cats on the envelopes and shit for their family.
So you did time?
Nah, just a little bit, just a little dummy little thing, you know, childhood shit.
Yeah.
And that was the moment when homie was like, you should go home and tat. Like, he's like, I work at a shop. You should be at a shop, you know. And at that time, I had no idea what a shop was. I didn't want to be in a shop. Shops didn't like me. I was a kid. I tried to buy ink from shops when I was a kid, and they wouldn't sell it to me. But it was cool, man.
So that was like, you started when you were 12, and then you were tattooing people, and then you just kind of...
I think I got busted when I was like 17. So I did like 12.
Then by that time, you had already been tattooing people.
Yeah.
For 5 years or something.
But when I came home was when I really got serious. When I really like, when I came home, I took it serious. Before, we were in tattoo shops because my cousin he would buy us tattoos from the local tattoo shop, you know, for whatever, you know, fucking drugs and pay it, and we get tatted as kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We were kids inside a tattoo shop. Kind of like.
So who inspired you then? And like, just as far as artists and tattooers, like, who were you looking up to?
I didn't know anybody at that moment. I didn't know any tattooers till the day I got into a tattoo shop back in 2003.
And who was that?
2004. I got into Unlimited Tattoo in Azusa. I got into a tattoo shop, and this guy gave me a chance, and I got a job there. I started tattooing, and my friend Joseph.
So you didn't have any tattooers that you looked
I
up
had
to?
no
you thought,
mental
like,
thought of who was and what was what.
What year? That was like 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yeah, I knew a little bit because like my dad told me about Jack Rudy and this and that because he got tattooed on Whittier Boulevard when I was a kid. And well, when he was a kid, when he was younger. And so I knew of these people. I just didn't know them. You know what I mean? Not like I know now. Now I've been in the industry and I got to meet them and hang out with them. Shit, I was with Jack in Amsterdam a few years back. But I had no clue of who a good tattooer was at that moment when I got into a tattoo shop.
So what about now? Like who are your inspirations or favorites that you were like? I know that's a trick question because somebody asked me the question, I would say the same thing.
That's a big list.
But there's usually going to be like 5 to 10 people that are going to pop into my head, and anybody that you leave out, then it just we'll just apologize in advance. But who are those guys that you're like, fuck?
Ben Grillo.
Yeah.
Ben Grillo from he was at Good Time Charlie's when I met him, but he's down here at American Tattoo now.
That's in Vista, right?
Vista, yeah. Johnny Quintana, big inspiration.
Shout out Johnny.
Yeah, big inspiration.
Good ass dude too.
Yeah, good dude. Helped me with everything. Helped me put me in a position where I'm at now at this day and age, you know, by greater means than you can ever imagine, you know.
Yeah, Johnny's a shit. Solid dude.
Yeah. There's tons of them though, bro. But like off top of head, those are the two that come to mind, you know.
Yeah. So the Cryptic Tattoo, how did it actually get started, or how did you even have the ability to open a shop?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like,
and where is it? Where's the shop?
It's
just
in
tell
Azusa,
people so they.
Azusa, California. It's in south of Pasadena, right off the 210 and the 605. How it came about, man, that's a wild one. I worked for the homie Lonely Boy, Limited Tattoo, for 5 years. And one day I woke up and it was Sunday morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to work and I'm going to pack my shit and I'm going to jam. I'm going to take off, you know? I'm going to jam.
Why?
Because I wanted myself. It
was time. You felt like it was time?
I was busy, you know, really. I've always been busy, but I was really busy. And that's my
that must be Los calling you.
that's my wife calling me. I just jammed, bro. I just, from one day to the next, just woke up and I was like, I'm going to jam.
And then how long did it? So you didn't have a plan to open a shop. You just knew you wanted out.
I just wanted out. I did have a plan. My plan was to go and open up a place. That was the thing. Like I just had 2 kids, and it's like I'm gone. You know, it's either now or never. You know, it's either I get it now or I don't get it at all. I left and I went and got it. I went and got a building. I fought with the city of Arcadia for about 5 months, 6 months over. Like they wanted building properties and like stuff like that. That's when I actually met Johnny Quintana from, and I really walked.
He's
into
in
his
Arcadia.
shop. Yeah, and I walked into his building and asked for help, and he didn't turn me down.
Because that's the kind of dude Johnny is.
That man took care of me, you know, from fucking beginning to end. And Arcadia didn't work out. The city denied me because of parking spaces, because of handicapped parking spaces. So that was a tough little ordeal right there. Went like a couple months renovating the place and trying to get it going, and it didn't work. So it sucked, you know. And I went back to tattooing in my apartment before I could get a place, and tattooed in an apartment. And then I found this building. Called it, rented it. Then just couldn't do nothing with it, you know. I had a apartment going. I had the shop try to go, and then one day I gave it all up. You know, no more apartment, no more nothing. I'm gonna move in the shop. We're gonna open these doors.
What do you mean? You lived in the shop?
I went and slept in the shop, opened the doors, worked, and rented a room for my cousin so I could take my kids during the week and open the doors.
You made that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers think that shit's easy, bro.
Right? Like, you just see the end product, right? You don't see the struggle.
This guy, and then people want to bust your balls and tell you, look at this dude, and blah. They have no idea the shit that it takes to get to where you're at or where, you know. It's not, but you were willing to make that sacrifice, and you had a vision, and and eventually, you know, you're able to manifest that vision, you know. So then it took off, or it was. I'm sure you had a couple rough years in the beginning, or how did that go?
No, I mean, we jumped in solid. We started traveling, working. And,
Who's we?
As soon as I opened the doors, as soon as I got the city license, I had a phone call from my boy Richie saying, "Hey, what's up? Where am I at?" You know, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I just got a license in Azusa, got the building, got the okay from the city, got the health department." And he's like, "Bro, I live in Azusa. What's up?" Well, come on, man, come on with it, come work. He came to work. He started working right away. I had Mark Chavez. He was my apprentice at that time. He went to my house. I'm talking a year before this, and knocked on my door. My other friend Steve sent him to me to become an apprentice and learn how to tattoo. And I was in the middle of, like I said, the house, apartment, had this building, didn't know what to do with it, and didn't have the money to do anything. And Mark came, wanted an apprenticeship, took him in. One day I told him, "Hey, bro, I got this building." He's like, "What do you mean you got a building?" "Oh, yeah, but I need some help, man. I need to move out of this place. I need to move out of the one that where my kids stay. I got to take the stuff out of there. I got to take the kids' stuff out of my apartment. I got to take stuff out of this house. I got to go to this building, you know?" And I took him to this building. He's like, "What the fuck? You got a shop?" I was like, "Yeah, but I ain't got no money to do anything." So, but I remember he was talking shit because he was like, "Man, you're probably the youngest person I know that got more shit than anybody in the world."
That's right.
So I took him to like 3 different houses, unloading shit, you know, to get all my shit to, you know what I mean, to back in place, I guess you could say.
Are you still in that same building?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many tattooers are in there now?
We got 7 right now, I believe.
7?
Yeah.
So Louis is there too, right?
Yeah. Louis been with me for about 5 years now, 6 years now, something like that.
And you guys get to travel and do all that kind of.
That's when the fun happens, man. You're able to get across the world,
right?
You know? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Experience different things, you know.
Where have you been able to go?
I've been to Amsterdam, Germany.
Shout out Amsterdam.
All the way from home.
Hell yeah.
Switzerland.
Me too.
We went to Brazil, Puerto Rico. Oh, man.
Germany.
Taiwan, Germany. That's fun, dude. Across the world is fun. That's
kind of like one of the rewards, I'd
Definitely.
say. Like for me personally and what I do, I think that's one of the rewards, and it's almost a necessity too, because that's when I recharge. Yeah. That's when I go out and gain perspective and look back on everything, and not just you know, it's a good way to count your blessings and shit too, but discover new things and be inspired, and especially when you go places and you get to go with other people that are, you know, either at the same conventions or you're working with, and you get to travel with them and do all that kind of stuff. You know, that's the good shit right there.
Definitely.
And you get to take your team with you, take some of the homies.
Definitely. I invite a bunch of the guys in the shop, whoever can make it, and we go have a good time. You know, go work and
we already know where your favorite spot is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Right? I think we share one of our favorite spots is Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Like it's that whole vibe of the city. One day, so we just talked about it briefly downstairs, and Milo was out there, and someday we're gonna come out there and we're gonna represent in that city. Like collectively, we'll find a way to do it, and have a couple of apartments right there, a good solid apartment that people share or do some kind of shit, because
it's a lot of heavy artwork out there, man.
But
dude.
At the same time, Holmes, I've walked those streets and looked in those shops, and occasionally I get a little, I don't know if you want to call it competitive or what, and I look at some shit, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
But that's anywhere in the world, man.
Yeah. Well, that's when you're doing that caliber of work. So what would you say your specialty is? Like, what type of work do you do, or do you enjoy doing, or what are you most known for?
I enjoy doing all the crazy shit nobody else wants to do.
Like
I don't know, I'm gonna touch your eyelids, I'm gonna touch your nose, I'm gonna tattoo where
touch your face.
Yeah, when they don't want to do it, when the artists don't want to do it, they're gonna come to me and I'm gonna do it, you know?
Yeah.
When they say it can't be covered, I'm gonna cover it.
Yeah, but I've seen you do beautiful pieces too, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Like I've seen you get down and you're known for being fast.
I try.
Like knocking shit out.
Yeah.
Like who was it? Joey's partner, the one you tattooed right here in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Just not clean, dope shit. Just real, like going in and just handling that shit.
Hell yeah.
So from there, and what about that? Like you just do black and gray, Chicano style.
Black and gray. I like color. I do a little color. I come from the days when you had to do anything to get by. You know, it wasn't just, hey, I do this. You know what I mean? I do that. Nah, man. The days I started tattooing in shops, you had to calibrate. You had to do that Japanese tattoo. You had to do that traditional tattoo. You know. And I got kids. I gotta eat. They gotta eat. You know.
Yeah. What about So you just said like, so you've been in it for a minute. Like how many years have you had the shop?
10, 11 years.
And it's the whole tattoo scene, that whole, even the weight, the credibility of people being tattooed, and it's really changed in the last 20 years, and it continues to change. And I guess for tattooers, it's a good thing because the market's growing and getting bigger.
Yeah, more acceptable.
How do you feel about all that?
It's good. I like seeing tattooing. I like being able to talk about tattooing in a bank, talk about tattooing in a situation where it doesn't proclaim to it, but that person's interested in it. You know?
You get hit up a lot on that just because of your appearance and all your tattoos?
Definitely.
And who tattoos you?
Ben Grillo's done a lot of my extremity tattoos that you can see, you know.
Who else?
I got Tommy Montoya under my head. I got A.B. Alvarez.
A.B.'s sick. So is Tommy.
Yeah.
You got good shit.
Tommy's bad.
So is Ben. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot.
Johnny?
I got a good collection. I got some Johnny. Got a good collection. I got Chris Brad. Antonio Mejia.
Sick.
Antonio's son when he was young. I got like number 7 or something, or 13 or something. A hand poke from Antonio's son. A couple years back.
His son's doing hand pokes.
Well, this
up?
was before he was even tattooing with a machine.
I didn't know he did hand pokes up.
His dad had it. He was taught each level of it
By Antonio.
by Antonio, by his dad. He went through hand poking, homemade machine, building your own machine, meaning your coil, rewrapping your coil, the whole tattoo machine, professional, and then tattooing with it, and then to where
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Antonio's badass like that, dude.
Antonio's a badass artist and teacher.
Yeah.
Bad, dude. His son's just like him. His son just tats just like him. They're identical. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I remember seeing him showing his son, and they were kids. And I know his son was an athlete in high school.
Yeah,
and
awesome wrestler.
Yeah. And I think his daughter did stuff too, right?
I think one of them's tattooing as well too right now.
That's the shit. So how sick is that, dude? Like showing them all to learn about tattoo. That should be like a requirement.
In all ways, though, you know, like they were taught all the different styles, all the different. I don't know. That's amazing.
What's his name? He has like a Azteca name, right?
Go ahead. I can't ever say it correctly.
Yeah, that's why I asked you to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you spell it?
Go ahead.
Can you do that?
Nah,
hey, so who's
I
this guy
can't
right here on your right? What's up with this guy?
This is
the buff dude.
This is Carlos right here.
Look at, all of a sudden he got shy. What's up?
That wasn't a fart.
So how did you get mixed up, or I mean not mixed up? I mean, how did you meet this dude?
With blood, I would say, am I good?
Yeah,
just sometimes.
I think.
Oh wait, so introduce yourself. Not everybody. You can't assume everybody.
Started lifting.
Started
3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago?
No.
So what is your name in my phone?
So I met Blood, check it out, in Sacramento, with Juan. So I would be traveling with
City of Trees,
World of Pencil, Ink Sav, Art Motive. I started taking pictures for them, and we went to Sacramento, and then I walked
You're
up.
a photographer?
I started off doing pictures.
I didn't know
off
that.
the cell phone, huh?
Yeah, nah, camera. I had a camera. Juan gave me some lenses. I didn't know nothing about it. Just started learning. So when they would have the convention party afterwards, I would just go over the pictures, and I would send them pictures of the artists, different dudes, and they would post on their page. And that's when I met Blood.
So here's the question. So why do you call him Blood?
Because he says blood when he meets you. At least when I met him. I remember I walked up to you in Sacramento, had his shirt off, had Southern underneath his stomach. I was like, "What's up? What's up, Blood?" I was like, "Blood, all right."
Oh, because I called you Blood.
Yeah. So he called me Blood.
He thought you were from Sacramento, probably.
I don't know. No, but I met him there, and then we became friends, and I think it got serious. I think when we went to Texas for the first time we flew.
Flew to Texas, yeah.
To Texas, me and him. And
convention?
The convention. And we had, I think, breakfast before the convention. He says, "Hey, let's do your logo on a chest. Let's do something." I said, "Cool." He's like, "Put Cryptic on the back." I was like, "Oh, that's easy. We can do that," and pushed it ever since. I think that morning we got to share some of our passions, some of our goals, and didn't understand that just through a T-shirt design, simple T-shirt design, we grew a bond together and basically back each other's play wherever we went. He'd take care of the tattoos, I would take care of the merchandise, and we just travel from there.
So you would work? You'd work for Cryptic?
Yeah. I would print all their stuff out, and it's his name on our back, my logo on the front, and I just set up a whole table.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah. So anywhere they would go, I had no presence in the tattoo community. I remember I did Muse Inc. I didn't have crap sold, bro. I was like, man, I can't sell here. But after I think 1 solid year of traveling with them, dude, we couldn't hold nothing. It was just flying.
We just backed each other's play everywhere we went.
And same print, front across the teardrop, back Old English Cryptic, all day.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, that was the one. Music was good for you guys, right? You guys always looked. They gave you guys had a big ass spot.
As far as the
I wish
booth,
they gave us their booth.
Yeah.
Huh?
I wish they gave us the booth.
Oh, I mean, what you guys had, what you paid for, whatever.
They
was
have
a,
8
was
booths
a,
with 2 lowriders at
They
times.
should have gave you a booth.
I wish. Sometimes, I guess.
Because you guys would have cars in there.
They'd slang me. They'd slip me an extra one here or there,
Yeah.
But
that was a good show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coming back or not.
I don't know. I hope so.
I don't know. It depends if Travis is still involved, because Travis is, he's super busy these days. Kind of went to another level, or who knows, where his head is, if he's down to do it again. But I heard it was moving. Like I heard, because I would help him with the car show every year. Him and I would do that car show, which was cool. Just having a car show, right? It was a really cool setup.
It's a good traction.
Yeah, man. And I heard they were moving to somewhere in LA, from Orange County to somewhere in LA, and I think that was before COVID. But who knows if that's going to happen?
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing. From none of them.
Are you so you guys still travel together and work together and do all that kind of stuff?
Since COVID kind of slowed down, but
slowed us down.
We're waiting. Yeah, I know you said you wanted to kick it for conventions for a minute. But
that was right at the end of COVID. So for some reason, I was traveling. I think we went to Taiwan sometime right before COVID, and I didn't want to do it no more. So I'm staying home.
Didn't want to what?
Didn't want to travel. Didn't want to get.
Just because of COVID?
No, I had nothing to
this
do with
was
COVID.
Before COVID. I think you said I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
I just traveled so much, man. I was going through. There was times when I was home 12 days in a month.
Oh shit!
I would land, stay home a couple of days, get on a plane, tape off again, get home for an hour, 2 hours, hang out with the family, sleep for a couple hours, and get on the plane.
Was that tattooing in other cities, or those are conventions?
States and countries. So I would do like Chicago, Philadelphia, and then go to Berlin, go to Frankfurt. Go to Denmark or something.
Guest spotting,
tattooing conventions.
Damn,
conventions.
Yeah, I think he was so much on the go. I don't know the personal side, but just seeing as a friend, he's just getting burned out. Straight up, I know that's his passion, but he also has a family. He has his kids. He's got Lucky. He's got,
I wanted
his daughters. And I think it was, I was shocked to hear, like, I'm done. I just kick it. All right. But I'm going to back him, whatever you want to do. We'll stop. We'll throw our own little local shows. But something to, I don't know. He probably wanted family time more,
That's cool.
How many years were you traveling?
Oh man, over 10.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a lot.
Heavy traveling, like to where my kids didn't want me to stop traveling. My older kids would tell me, "Why ain't you gone, Dad? Like, you should have been gone already." Like,
what are you doing home?
Yeah,
we need the party.
They weren't used to it, and maybe they liked it, because they come home. I come home with stories or shit for them and buy stuff from them, or just different things.
That's the trip. When you travel, you come home, especially when your kids are little. It's like you get home and it's Christmas.
Yeah,
like they just sit there and wait for you to open up your luggage and you start just here you go, I got you this. Yeah. But then when you travel, sometimes it got to the point where I'd be like, fuck it. I like Christmas shopping when I travel. It's getting stressful. So then I got to the point where like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all that. Not as much anymore. So now you're spending more time at the shop. Who's at your shop now?
I got like you said, I got Louis. I got Hi. Got Johnny. He's been with me for a while. I got Richie. I got Sammy. Baker. And a piercer wrist. Yeah.
Can't forget Cricket.
Oh, and that's Cricket. Yeah, Cricket.
That's the dude who's here with you today,
doorman.
right?
Yeah.
He's your doorman?
Yeah, he just takes care of the shop,
He's the muscle.
I thought you were the muscle, dog. Why does it always got to be about muscle, dog? So now that we're on the topic of muscle, tell us about your own little personal journey there with all the muscles. Come on. You brought... all of a sudden, what?
It's just jailhouse burpees, right?
Yeah, is that it is?
Well, the workout routine? I did 6 months just burpees and boxing. I dropped some weight, 22 pounds, and then I started doing the gym. And I'm not a gym rat or nothing. It's been 6 months, and damn, I like it. But I see I'm just getting bulky now, so I got to get back in the cardio again. So... For tips, contact servants.
So you're experimenting with other art forms now?
I've always played around with like watercolor, and I really want to learn oil. That's something I really want to learn. With paint cans, all that shit. I try to do it all.
Do you graffiti? Did you do graffiti back in the day?
A little bit.
You know who's a beast with oils and acrylics is Abel.
Oh yeah.
Do you see those oil paintings he's doing?
Man.
That guy's like, he's so humble about everything. Yeah. Just say like, it's cool.
So
like,
that's oil, huh? That Frankenstein was oil.
I don't know if the Frankenstein was oil, but the big queen and king that he was doing, those are oils.
That has to be oil too, because he was brushing it. I was watching him brush it.
And he goes, I guess oil is hard because it's wet on wet.
Yes.
So you want to take more time away and do art, or you still down to tattoo a bunch?
Tattoo all day and all night. Yeah.
And you still are like excited about tattooing all the time?
Fuck yeah.
That's not... Somebody who's been tattooing as long as you and I both know a lot of dudes that have been tattooing 10, 15, 20 years and they ain't trying to tattoo.
Oh, no, I'm trying to tattoo when I'm not tattooing.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the issue.
You just so what do you use for machines and inks and stuff?
I've been on the Big Sleeps ink. It's really black for me. I believe in it. It really powers a lot of the older
Shout out
tattoos.
Big Sleeves. I gotta get him in here.
It's really good, man.
Yeah.
Killer Bee, I believe it's called, the one I use.
Uh-huh.
But machines, I still run my coils every now and again. Bishop rotaries, I run the wand and all that.
So you mix it up depending on what you're doing?
Yeah,
what kind of piece
just how
you're
the
doing?
mood you're in, just how you feel, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I miss the loudness of a shop. I miss the buzzing, the machines. And
so if you go into the shop and everybody's running...
most of the shops are all rotaries nowadays. You walk in,
you want
it's just quiet.
You want that machine.
Like fucking library,
Yeah, I'm going to fuck this off.
Yeah. So there's days you want to walk in like, fuck that, I'm fucking it up and turning on the coil set.
Yeah.
And it's cool, man. It's good to have a change.
Yeah.
What would you... So you talked about you did like the tats nobody would do, like artist to customer. What advice would you give somebody that wants to get their eyelids tattooed? Because I can't imagine that hurts like a motherfucker.
To do their eyelids, I mean, the best advice I can give you is trust the person you're asking to do it. It's like brain surgery at your eyelids. It's something that you really got to really take your time and do it, and hopefully you do it right, because you could damage. You mean there's all kinds of shit. They get black eyes instantly. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I've seen them swell up. I've seen them. I do all kinds of shit. But I've been doing them for years. So
yeah, with my luck, my eyeball will pop. All the fluid will come out. I'm living life with a patch.
They get black eyes instantly when you do eyelids?
Some of them do. Depends on the person too. A lot.
Carlos, you should do yours.
I've been trying to do his eyelids for years, man.
He's waiting for my face.
Yeah.
Hey, at me.
So what? Where do you think the next? What are you trying? Are you trying to open another shop? Are you trying to like?
Ooh, man, that would be amazing to do it in another country.
That's it, right?
That'd be the dream right there.
Where?
Amsterdam.
We're gonna open a shop one day in Amsterdam.
Even Rotterdam, bro. Like or anywhere. You know, Denmark. I like Denmark. Been in Denmark a few times.
Do you think those countries are more receptive to the type of work you do, or is it just because of the like you enjoy the country?
I feel like there's I don't know. It's I don't know if I get more trust there, but I get more artist freedom, more free. I get a lot of freedom here at home of what I could do.
What do you mean?
Like
what people come in and go do whatever you want?
Yeah, it gets a lot more. I don't know. It's different there. It's different.
More freedom, or they do give you freedom there?
Oh, it's way more freedom there.
Really?
Yeah.
So they go, here, I want something right here. What would you put right here?
They'll just, here, I don't want you to use a printer.
That's cool.
Shit.
That's the type of freedom I'm telling you. Like they're very artistic there, and they want you. They're not trying to have what you could print out and you can give them. They want you.
They trust the artist to be the artist, right?
Yes. It gives you a lot more confidence too, even just as coming home and able to do what you could do on people, you know?
What do you think about, and this is kind of, you know, when I first started getting tattooed, most people started their tattoos under their shirt. You know, there's people that would, you know, you start on your, you know, upper arms or stuff that wasn't visible, and you've eventually worked your way out. But then there was, you know, people that go straight for the forearms, and that's cool too, you know.
They go handbang.
Yeah, and for some reason I remember hearing you start with your left arm, and just different things that were kind of traditional, but now you see, you know, kids going straight for the neck,
for the face,
or for the face too.
Yeah, I think it's wild. I don't really give a fuck about it. I do it anyways. But I think it's like more of a statement. More these people don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah,
people don't care. It's not about work. It's they're gonna get a job or a hustle one way or another, regardless of what they look like and what they have on their face, you know, or what they have visible. But I don't know, man. It's different, dude. I've been in like states in Oklahoma, and they get paid, I think, to have facial tattoos.
What?
Like you can claim disabilities and shit like that. Like
no way.
Like, okay, I landed one year and they were like, hey, it's against the law if you tattoo a face. And I was like, if I tattoo a face, I got 5 lined up. Like, yeah, well, don't get caught by the health department or anybody walking around that's official, because you're going to get in trouble. They're going to fine you for tattooing somebody's face. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, they're going to fine you because younger kids are getting their face tattooed so they don't got to work, and they can just claim whatever the fuck it is and they'll get paid.
No shit.
Yeah. So then they banned it to where you can't do it, and I guess they find the artist doing it or whatever. And I was doing them still under the radar, whatever you call under the radar, if I'm in the booth blasting a face. But
if Oklahoma's listening, that's allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't know. It was a few years back, but I remember I was tripping out on it. So I was like, man, if that's the case, why these kids are getting their face tatted? Damn, like that's pretty fucking gnarly. You know?
It's a way to make money.
I think they do it for like TikTok and all that, where they try to outdo each other, and, they get the followers.
Yeah. They're island boys.
Yeah. But why are all their face tattoos all fucked up though? Like you look at them like, what the fuck?
It ain't even nothing good.
Yeah.
We can't be in charge of all that.
Yeah.
Shit, I got a picture hanging in my shop that Ben Grillo took that he said it was an old man's hands and they're all blasted up. He said the old man was an old man, like real old, and they asked him, so why is your hands all tatty? He goes, well, because when I was a kid, I could walk in a bar, order a beer, and they'll give me my beer without carding me, because his hands are all tatted.
There it is.
You know? So,
dude, I never heard that. Face tattoos, free money.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I never looked it up.
You do a lot of neighborhood stuff?
Yeah, I still do a lot of everything you can imagine, you know? Anything they ask.
So what do you enjoy doing most? Just
freehand lettering and like crazy shit, you know? Facial tattoos, necks, you know? All the wild shit. Eyelids, fucking noses, ears.
So would you, because most tattooers is, as you probably know this as well as I do, and a lot of people, you got dudes that specialize in letters, and then dudes that specialize in like portraits or characters or black and gray type stuff. And then you got the exceptional few that kick ass at both. Like most guys will say, "Oh yeah, I could do that," and their letters are okay, but they're not like badass letters, or vice versa. And then, like I said, the dudes that really get down on both and have the ability or the confidence to do both. What would you say you specialize in?
I don't know.
You down for both?
I love them both. I try my best at any type of realism or black and gray, but then I also try my best at any type of dude's last name across their back. I want it to be strong. I want it to stand out. I want it to be seen. I want it to be
You do that shit on one sitting too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I was amazed by how fast this dude works.
Oh yeah.
And what do you do on you?
All the portraits, all my kids, my ribs, both sides.
It's okay. You can show us.
Did the muscles like make them 3D?
Damn, look at that, Johnny.
Yeah, that's badass.
That's sick, dog.
Then he's got my
Damn.
Did the S on the belly?
and then the S on my belly.
What? The belly's not there anymore. Let me see it.
That's a freehand letter.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Those hands too, dude. Look at those hands.
Those are his kids, man.
Those are his kids'
Those are
actual
kids'
hands.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
nice.
took him in the back and said, "Here, do this." Because I couldn't find pictures from the dude. I was like, "Man, I gotta." So I took this picture. We did it. Took this picture, and then this one was my oldest. I had that picture.
What else? So you're into rides.
Oh yeah, I love cars, man.
What do you got? What's that about? What?
Oh man, my dad had lowriders when I was a kid. While he was building them, trying to, never got to finish the one he had. And growing up, I wanted them, and I wanted cars, and I went and bought my cars and built them and got them to where they're at right now.
You got a truck?
I got a '52 truck that I bought off my. It's my old lady's grandfather's car. He passed away.
Oh shit!
And the grandma needed some money for the house and shit, so she needed to sell it. So I bought it to keep it in the family.
And then
I got a '54 Bel Air I picked up in Sacramento a couple years ago, about a year ago. And I got a '49 5-window. I picked that up in 2004. That I haven't done nothing with it in years, but I'm gonna get started on that project pretty soon.
And then you were talking about a Suburban.
I got a '49 Suburban too, as well.
So you got that. He has that.
Like bombs.
He's got that sickness, Johnny.
Yeah. I just sold my '85 C10. I want to buy a house, so I'm trying to figure out which ones I can liquidate without being sold.
Sometimes you got to do that and prioritizing your lifestyle changes, and you just got to kind of keep the ones that are most significant and move on. I think it's the scene has changed a lot, just the whole vibe of everything, and I think it comes with. There's a lot of different factors. I think that everything, we're getting older and we're perceiving things differently. Your priorities change, and then sometimes you don't fucking got the time. Yeah. You want to mess with your cars, you got to take your car here, take it to that shop, try to do this yourself, work on it here, clean it, do this, move that, and then it's like, fuck, this is becoming a lot of work that I don't have time to do. And then I'm going to go to this scene and it's this happening or whatever, and some of them are just big costume parties and people that all of a sudden popped out of nowhere that are lowrider car experts. It just kind of gets whatever, but that's my own bullshit and rant on that. But, or your lifestyle changes, like I want a motorhome. That's my next shit. People are telling me like, well, what are you going to build next? I go, I ain't going to build shit. I'm done. As soon as I finish this 47, it's like, just keep what I have, just maintaining enough work, just maintaining the ones that I have. And then, I want to get a motorhome, start traveling. And this is a beautiful country we got here. People think you got to go overseas or go here and there. But shit, have you been to Zion or, Utah and Arizona and Colorado and Oregon and stuff like that? There's some beautiful places to go that are close by. So you have kids?
Yeah, I got 4 kids. Yeah, I definitely want to do that next too. I rent RVs and shit and travel with them to like Arizona, stuff like that. But I definitely want to do that next too. Is get an RV and start driving with the kids more.
I think there's a lot of people on that. I was just speaking with Yvonne, Diza's wife, and she's on the same thing. Like they're like, yeah, we want to. That's our next move. Like just to try to, get out a little bit. But I think maybe because occasionally our lifestyles get so hectic and there's just people everywhere and doing all kinds of shit that sometimes just the quiet and the solitude and nature and all that kind of shit just kind of gets overwhelming.
Definitely.
And how'd you get a day off today, bro?
I snuck out of the shop, man. Yeah. Actually, it's not a day off. I got to go work right now.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
I got to go work.
So hopefully he'll be in here in the lower left tattooing. He's got he pulls up and I'm standing outside. He's here for like 10 minutes and just gets 2 appointments like boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like not even like trying. Dudes are just pulling up. Hey, I want my Steve-O, one of the new tattooers here. Real good dude. He hit you up to do his eyelids.
Yeah, I did his belly about a year ago. I tattooed his stomach at the shop.
Yeah, and
Unland, I think I put.
Yeah, and then the other homie pulls up, same thing. Like, hey, when are you gonna? There it is. Yeah, that's worth a day. Maybe
we're
1 or 2 more.
Worth a day. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking after Christmas, come back and do a day down here. Maybe 2.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have to put in for that.
That makes it even better.
Yeah. We got the spots. Maybe you could drag this dude with you.
Yeah, I mean, if he could take a day out of the gym, I got him.
You check my schedule.
Yeah. So is there anybody you want to shout out or anything you got like, that you want to say, or just people that have inspired you or kind of helped you along the way, or just shit you got going on?
That shit's hard to do. I mean, I don't know. Shout out my wife and my kids, and that's it,
Yeah.
And everybody else that's always been inspirational to me and helped me out and where I'm at right now,
Yeah.
I've always looked up to you. I mean, shit, you've been around since I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm kind of old. No, I appreciate that.
Being right here,
I appreciate that.
It's scary to be right here and being able to talk like this. And
well, this was your first podcast. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I think it's it's sometimes it's hard opening up, but we'll get you in here at some other point, because I know there's a lot in there. Like a lot going on, and you surround yourself with really, really good people, just based on what you said. Like, there's some legendary people out there that have your back, and I think you're fortunate and blessed to have people like Johnny, and Ben, and we'll just call him Carlos for now, just because we don't want to put him out there that much. And like I said earlier, people don't realize the sacrifice and what it takes. It's like all of a sudden there's this dude. How'd this dude get all, this badass name and reputation and shop, and he's pulling up to these shows internationally, and, look at this Chicano dude that's out here doing it. Fuck, how did that happen? Yeah. Well, people think that it just happens overnight, and they don't realize the sacrifices and everything, the struggles, and it's painful sometimes, like just shit you got to do to get to where you're at. But it's super cool that you're in a position now to also enjoy, the fruits of it by being able to, for me, it's traveling, family, like having quality time and being able to leave and being able to spend time with the family. There's a lot of people out there that I think lose perspective of that and the importance of good quality time. They're just too busy chasing it, and before they know it, the shit's, you don't know your kids.
Definitely.
Or just, I was too busy making money and not enough time enjoying it, or doing whatever it takes. But fuck, bro, congratulations. Like I said earlier, it's like you here. I had, before I got to know you and meet you, I seen your shop, and, people would talk about you guys, and it was always positive, and, and then you guys, like I said, you'd pull up and look badass at the shows, and you always had a solid crew around you. And, like even just walking up today, just the people that were like, damn, that's badass. So congratulations. And, like I said, thanks for coming, and you too. Thanks for man, why can't I be like, I try to look at them and talk.
You know why? No, you know why? Because we be texting all kinds of jokes. We clown so much, I don't even think we be serious anymore.
I have a hard time. Like, I can't. I'm trying. Like, I'm going to look at Lowe's. I'm going to try to keep a straight face. Look at those calendars right there. What do you think about that?
Those are badass.
Yeah, we're about to we haven't released those yet, but you could get one.
Those are badass.
Don't Carlos can't yet. But those are officially licensed Helguera.
Oh shit.
Yeah. There's I think two different styles in there.
Really dope.
Yeah. But
I tattooed that on my wife's back right there.
did you?
Yeah.
That's which one?
This one right here.
Sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, take one of each. Take the one on top. That's the cover. That was the cover of that Malo album.
Mm-hmm. The artist he's bad.
Yeah, Jesus Helguera.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think the company that we get these from, I'm almost positive they own some of the originals.
Wow.
And they officially license them to like, my son came in, he goes, Dad, you can't do that. I go, no, it's official. Like, we're not stealing this artwork.
official,
like, this is like some of the he's getting paid on it, or I mean his estate is getting paid on it. But no, shout out to you guys, and thanks again for taking the time to do this and coming to San Diego. Johnny just talks too much.
Yeah,
I usually
do.
have
I
a
can't
hard
get
time.
a word in. No, thank you for sharing your story, because when we post these, a lot of people listen to them, so we think it's helpful for people to grow, and learn from each other. We all support each other and help each other, and you never know, there might be some 12-year-old listening that's gonna be who they are. Need to be themselves and experiment with Casio Walkmans or whatever.
What was that motor? What was your first?
My favorite motor was the handheld fans.
Oh, the ones that you push the button.
Push a button real quick and it hits.
Yeah.
Because that motor to me was strong. Like they would last forever. The Walkman where you'll be jamming and it'll bog out or mess up or something.
The little plastic dollar store fans.
Yep, that was my favorite. We had 99-cent stores when I was a kid. We had pick and saves.
Yeah.
So you'd fly in there. I grab 3 lead pencils, grab 3 fans, and I'm gone.
Damn.
What would you use the lead pencils for?
That holds my guitar string.
Oh shit.
The machine enhanced.
Oh yeah. The hollow pencils.
It went from like a big pen.
Yeah, the big pen. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I got rid of that. But one of my mom's. That's a crazy another story in a whole other time, man.
No, I would tell us.
When I was a kid, my mom saw what I was doing. She worked in warehouses. So she had this friend. I don't know his name, but he tattooed inside of tattoo shops back then. But he still worked in a warehouse, so I guess he was in he was probably back and forth, half and half. Still needed to provide insurance or work for the kids or whatever. I don't know what the reason was, but she took me to this guy, and for me to ask questions and me to, I guess, be safe at what I do. So this guy asked me what I do, what am I using, and I showed him, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch that machine. You put that away right there. Fold that away. Well, because I was probably on cleansing. I was probably, I was a kid. Yeah. And he's like, well, check it out. I'm going to show you a couple steps that can help you be clean and be safe for yourself, and be able to do this in a production line, like a reputation where you're consistent in what you're going to do, what you're going to give out to what tattoo you're giving that guy, you're giving the next guy the same quality of type of work. Mm-hmm. So he basically showed me how to make what I made, but like a production line where I would go buy a pack of big pins. Well, there's 10 or a pack in a pack, whatever. That's 10 different tattoos. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where don't use the same tube on two different tattoos. You know what I mean? Wanted me to break it down and separate shit, clean shit, and just basically show me how to be clean and be smart about what I'm doing. And I was young as fuck, so I took it and I ran with it, and it just got different, better and better. I stopped using tape. I went to using the pipe tighteners, you know what I mean? Because you could just unscrew it real fast and drop your tube.
So how long were you tattooing with the homemade machines?
From 12 years old till I was like 19, or about right when I got home, 19.
7 years you used homemade machines.
Yeah. And even when I got a professional one, I didn't have the power to turn it on. I didn't have the power to plug it in. The
power supply?
I didn't have the needles. I didn't have the tubes. I didn't have none of that. I just got the machine. And my little primo was like, hey, dog, if you could turn on the homemade, you could turn that on. So turn it on. So I put a big pin on the front, threw a guitar string through it, wrapped it on the top, turned it on, put the tube.
So you blended a homemade machine and a coil.
Turned it on, and I was like, fuck, it works. And he was like, well, tap me up. So the only way we're going to know it works, Yeah. And I tatted him up.
It's legit.
Wow, that's cool. I never heard no shit like that.
The next week, my dad called me. He's like, I got you an account. He's like, hey, I got you an account in Puente at Worldwide Tattoo Supply. He goes, it's under your name. Go ahead and he goes, I just called and set you up an account. So go ahead and go and you can go buy some needles and tubes for your machine.
That's cool. It sounds like your mom and dad, supported you.
Yeah, well, they never wanted me to do it. They didn't want me to be in the streets. It was either tat and fuck off.
Where were your parents from?
My dad's from the Avenues. They grew up in East LA, and they grew up in like Highland Park area. Mm-hmm. My mom too. Her brothers are from Avenues, so they grew up there, and then they
that's where Chaz is from. I think
farther
right?
and farther. Yeah, my dad and him are, I think, from the same neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then Chad did Mr. Lucky. Yeah. Chaz did Mr. Lucky, and that became one of the official icons for the Avenues, right?
Yeah. I think they're all both from the divisions.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know Chaz. I've been to his pad out there a couple times. But he moved since then. But he still was in the Avenues, I think, the first time that I went to his pad. But the lucky dude with the fur.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so that your parents are from there too then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. They were supportive in doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That was the first tat I see my dad getting.
Really? He's got it?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, the homie Monster was tattooing that logo on my dad. The neighborhood.
Dude, you got to meet Chaz. Have you met him?
No, not personally.
I'll make that happen if he ever comes down.
Oh yeah.
We're doing an event in July, so I'll make sure you're there. And if he's there, I'll definitely make that introduction.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that he would tell me that all the time that they adapted that as the official logo, right?
And the lettering that they do, that Chaz and them do, from even like the lettering my dad does, it's way different than the lettering that you see day to day. You know what I mean? From the day to day gangster that you see nowadays, it's different than it was way back then, and they have that style. So
your dad did placazos and used to write on the walls
I would
and
see
stuff?
his little lettering on fucking around on napkins and papers at the house.
See, now he's telling us he should. That's dope. So your dad was
he so me. I made him tap me with his lettering. With it says Cappy and Vicky.
Yeah,
their names, my parents' names. But so I made him use his lettering the way he would.
So your dad used to put letters up and
play around with them. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Play around with them.
All right, man. So I think we're gonna wrap this up, Johnny.
Cool.
And like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. Carlos, servants, right here in the building. Black Friday. Carlos Macias, Cryptic Tattoo, and they're in Azusa, California. You can follow them. Your IG is Cryptic Tattoo or
I'm a hashtag Carlos Macias.
Carlos Macias, and servants SRVNTZ. Johnny Be Good, Bobby Tribal, Lower Left Podcast, 17th and Island, San Diego, California. Thanks for listening. Until next time, we're out.